Hi, and welcome back to our last installment of this series, Is It Trash or Treasure? And the story of Betsy's candlesticks. Thanks so much for joining us again. I'm Claudia Hess with Hess Art Advisory. So last time I was explaining what it's like to be an art detective, and we went through 6 value attributes that I use amongst other things to determine value. And today we're just going to look at them a little bit more closely and kind of come to an idea as to their value. Let's take, for instance, this cute pair here. So this came from Betsy's aunt, and sure enough, when I take a closer look at them, I see stamped on the bottom here, Japan. But I see that's like kind of roughly finished off, and so they're machine made. I also know that Japan hasn't made these kind of things since the 1960s or 70s, so they're not antiques. They've got a nice sort of mid-century vibe, but they're not necessarily that valuable. Next, let's go on to our large candle holder here. Again, I'm going to really take a look at it, like we were talking about, what's its condition. I'm going to turn it over, up, and what do I see here? Made in Hong Kong. Well, gosh, again, when you think of Hong Kong, do you think of brass candlestick? Not for a long time. So that also has probably got to be from the 1960s or 70s and not that very old or valuable. Lastly, we're going to come to these candlesticks. And I'm noticing their form. This is called a beehive form because beehives were often looking this way in the 1800s, and that's a big clue for us. Why would modern candlesticks have this form? But then again, maybe they're a reproduction. I better look at it more closely. So again, turning it upside down, I see some very old hardware. This pushes the last bit of wax through the top. I notice they have a nice look and feel to them, that they're older and they have a nice patina on them. How do I know that? Well, I've spent decades looking at antiques, and this definitely appears more old to me than this, for instance. So to classify them, these are Victorian era beehive candlestick antiques from, well, here's our other clue, England. So indeed, they are English antiques. So even though these are over 100 years old, are they super, super valuable? Well, again, from my experience, I know that these were quite commonplace and manufactured quite often during that time. So while they're over 100 years old, they're probably worth about $495 on the market. These little ones probably maybe only $30. And this one at most maybe $40. So there you have it, from most expensive to least expensive. Thank you so much for joining us. I know this is probably leaving you very curious about what you have, and I encourage you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube as Hess Art Advisory, and also my website, hessartadvisory.com. There you can get into contact with us and get some more clues and tips about how to value your items. Thanks so much again. I'm Claudia Hess with Hess Art Advisory, and catch you on the next time. Bye.